You make your own destiny.
Where'd you get that? Kung Fu Panda?
Liking.
Boomer. I think it's in Trolls 2, also.
All fine films with a fine message.
You've already been a hero, okay? You have no idea what I'm dealing with.
Oh, get out of here. At least you were born with powers. I don't have shit. So according to your dumbass theory, I should be an accountant.
You aren't far off.
Fate, destiny, not having powers, seasonal depression, none of these things kept me
From being a hero before. And they won't keep me from being a hero again.
Dispatch illustrates that being a hero isn't about fancy suits and gadgets, or supreme powers, but about making the active choice to show up for people, especially when it's difficult and messy. Dispatch is a choice-based game where you play as Robert Robertson, aka the superhero Mecha Man. You start off the game hunting down Shroud, the big bad of the game, and the man who killed Robert's father. Now in the introduction, the Mecha Man suit gets destroyed, leaving Robert Robertson lost and without a purpose. 3 generations of his family have worn the Mecha Man suit, with both his grandfather and father both dying in the suit. That is what comes with wearing the suit, and is all that Robert has ever known. Losing that leaves him trying to find his feet. Blonde Blazer, a hero who works for SDN, recruits him as a dispatcher to lead a team of former villains with the hope he can help them grow and become real heroes. This is essentially the main premise of the game, and the story develops as it goes, and boy does it develop. Now, a lot has been said about superhero fatigue and that we are all tired of superhero stories. But what we are actually tired of is just poorly written superhero stories. And this is definitely not one of them. Modern superhero films, and this could be extended to films in general, often sideline their supporting characters. The side characters are usually there to crack a joke, move the plot along, or react to whatever the main hero is doing. Dispatch does something very different. It gives real agency to its side characters. They play an active part in the story and are not just reactive to the protagonist. And for me, Dispatch is as much Courtney aka Invisigal's story as it is Rob's. The overarching message of the game is one of change, growth and redemption. Humans are messy, complicated and make mistakes, but that doesn't mean any of us cannot change for the better. There's no expiry date when it comes to wanting to be a better person, and this message is evident throughout every character's journey from episode 1 to episode 8. The character work in this game is truly phenomenal. Robert Robertson is such a compelling protagonist and epitomizes what it means to be a hero, with or without superpowers. We learn that over the years he has isolated himself from the outside world, not staying in contact with childhood friends such as Chase, the superhero track star, perhaps his way of dealing with the sudden loss of his father. Watching Robert lose the only role he's ever known felt uncomfortably close to home as someone who has just finished university and is trying to figure out what comes next. Losing the Mecha Man suit forces Robert to confront who he is without the legacy and the armor. Dispatch quietly argues that the real heroism is not the loud cinematic moment of saving the world, but the quiet decision to keep turning up for people, even when you feel empty yourself. Robert is brought into SCN to help facilitate the change and development of these villains, and as he does this, they have a resounding impact on his life. We see him open up and build relationships with these people. He brings them closer as a team, and in turn, they grow to care for him. At the start of the game, Robert's life is framed by isolation, with empty rooms, colder lighting, and shots that keep him separated from everyone else. The house party scene flips that completely. The frame is suddenly crowded, people cut across him, people are dancing, the camera moves more, the colours are warmer. It's loud, it's messy and chaotic, but that's the point. Visually, the game shows you that he hasn't just found a new role or a new job at SDN. He's found a community that drags him out of solitude, whether he's ready to or not. A life which was once dull and inhabited in isolation becomes one filled with joy, chaos and fun as he grows closer to his team. He's a man with no powers and yet is the biggest hero in the Dispatch story. Because Dispatch is a choice-based game, it doesn't just tell you Robert is a hero, it asks you to prove it through your decisions. Being kind, being patient and hopeful are not default options. You have to actively choose them, even when the game tempts you to give up on people. One of the clearest examples of this is when Invisigal messes up and you have to choose whether to cut her from the team or defend her. Now, it is easier to cut her, and that's what most of the team want, but the best thing to do is to defend her. It would be easy to leave this group of misfit villains, all troublesome in their own ways, and give up on them, and walk away. just as someone would have done in all of their lives in the past. But he doesn't. He chooses to stick with them and gives them all a chance, sometimes more. We see him off duty reading a book to learn more about helping his team, and depending on your choices, his efforts pay off. Invisigal is a key member of the Z team, and the overall story of the whole game. Her character has been a bit divisive within the audience, and I've seen a lot of hate towards her. However, for me, I really liked her story and her character. I believe the game is her story just as much as it is Robert's. She is messy and a lot of people dislike her for that, but I would like to say that her being messy makes her real. Look, we are messy, we are consistent, and it's okay. I do believe she does want to become a better person, evidenced when she takes a picture of a new leaderboard in episode 2. She just needed someone to give her some guidance, and Robert was that person. The same can be said for all the Z-teamers. I see them as both needing each other. She needed someone to believe in her and truly see her as a hero, just as Robert did, and Robert was alone for so long and needed people to bring him into the light. They lift each other up, and I do think they bring the best out of each other, and their relationship is epitomised by the stellar OST Rob and Courtney, an instrumental filled with yearning, loneliness, apprehension and love. I do very much like Blonde Blazer, but I just like Invisigal's character for Rob more. The Z-teamers, as they are known, are a fantastic ensemble with some great voice acting performances. Ad hoc studios allow us to actually spend time and learn about these side characters rather than having them in the background to just serve a protagonist. We see Flambe, who hates Mecha Man due to a previous run-in, choose to forgive Robert and move forward. One of the most powerful ideas in Dispatch is that there's no fixed point where you are too far gone. The Z-team are all people who have made serious mistakes, yet the game keeps insisting that change is still possible if someone is willing to believe in them. The music in this game is truly special. As I said, the Rob and Courtney OST is breathtaking and I encourage you to listen to it. But other notable pieces are Easier to Fly, the outro to episode 1, and of course the song played during the house party radio. I've been playing it every day since I heard it, and it's such a great song and also really fits with the whole story. Rob and the Z-teamers enter each other's lives and lift each other up, just as the song talks about. Ad hoc studios have made something truly exceptional and beautiful. I haven't been able to get it out of my head since I first completed the game. The writing, the animation, the music, the voice acting, it is all exceptional on all fronts, and I'm so glad I got to experience this. I have loved these choice style games for years, having played Telltale's Walking Dead, the Batman series and The Wolf Among Us. I was worried that this style of gaming had had its moment in the limelight, however Dispatch has made it clear that this is far from the truth, and I'm so happy the gaming community has shown up for it because everyone who worked on this deserves it. As someone who graduated recently from university and is trying to figure out what I want to do and how I want to lead my life, this game really moved me and impacted me. The idea that it's never too late to change and redeem yourself, and finding a newfound purpose after your life gets turned upside down is comforting and inspiring. Heroism most of the time looks like showing up to a late night team meeting, apologising when you get it wrong, and forgiving someone who hurt you, or choosing to try again tomorrow. Robert Robertson III is not a hero because he wears a suit, but because he keeps choosing hope over cynicism and people over isolation. Thank you guys so much for sticking to the end of the video and watching it all through. I really appreciate it. If you can't tell already, this took quite a bit of effort and I really did enjoy this game. I had so many thoughts. None of my friends have played it, so I have no one to talk to about it with, so I'd really love to hear your thoughts on the video, on the game, on the ending, what choices you made. If you disagree with anything I said in the video, I would love to hear it. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed the video, and hopefully you'll see more video essays in the future.